want to thank you for everything you've been doing. And
for reminding you of what you know. That's it. That's all we do.
Because I didn't come with an instruction book on my ass when I was born.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It's right where it is.
I don't know. Anyways, I want to kind of carry this on in much the same direction, but a little bit different. And the framework of where I'm going to go with this information is kind of being ripped away from that high-flying state, from a place of being in love, from the unexpected, and coping with the crash and burn, so to speak. And
well, you got to get off the subject because that subject will just make you fall out of another airplane every day for a while.
It has been.
So you just got to get off the subject because and get on the subject of the laws. You just got to go as general as you can go. You got to get off the subject. You got to say, I just had the most powerful step one moment of my lifetime. And as a result, I've put more momentum into my vortex than I ever wanted to do all at once. But nevertheless, there it is. And now I'm just going to let it spin and gather and do its step one and step two thing. And meanwhile, I'm out of that for a while because I can't approach that subject without choosing a lower disc. And the disc matters more than the subject.
Agreed.
Ooh. The disc matters more than the subject. Now, for a while, the momentum of that's just going to keep sucking you back in, but you just got to sort of keep shaking it off. Oh, no, I'm not going there. That subject puts me there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Where are you going? To take a nap. I'm not going there. Where are you going? Swimming. I'm not going there. Where are you going? I'm going to meditate. Where are you going? I'm going to go eat something really good. Where are you going? I'm not going there. I'm not going. That's not the disc I'm going to choose. And that's the only disc that I can choose right now on that subject. So I'm staying off of it. I'm staying off that subject because I want to stay off that disc. You hearing us? I'm going to stay off that subject because I'm going to stay off that disc. And there are other things that eventually will help me to find that disc. And when I find it, you see, eventually you'll find that disc. And from that disc, you'll find what you want relative to that too. But you don't want to find... Now, we're going to tell you something really, really good.
Okay.
You found that relationship. Oh, we don't mean to point so strongly, but we're feeling it so much.
I was hoping you'd feel what I wasn't able to say.
You found that relationship from a disc that doesn't represent you.
Why? It was I found...
Because
the relationship showed up.
Everything shows up. That's what we want you to understand. Wait. Everything happens that way. Stuff shows up. Stuff jumps on your disc, whatever disc you're on. Just hear us out. Take this conceptually. It will really help you. That relationship jumped onto a disc that you didn't know you were spinning on. And the reason that relationship it didn't unfold in the way you want it to is because that's not your home disc. That's not the disc and because you've been putting a lot of stuff in the vortex that sounded like it was off the relationship topic.
I left it alone.
Wait. Off the relationship topic. I love to love. I like to uplift. I like to be uplifted.
Yeah.
There are all kinds of things not on the relationship topic. I really like fairness. I really like focus. I really like sensitivity. I really like high vibration. I really like, in other words, you've been putting all kinds of things in your vortex.
Yes.
And you have established a disc here. That relationship wasn't it. That relationship was on a different disc.
But why did it show up seemingly as if
because,
it was it?
Because what shows up always seems like it's the right thing. You can feel the inspiration to punch somebody in the nose, but you're on the wrong disc when that inspiration comes.
Grant.
You see what we're getting at? And it makes it, this is a topic that we've been wanting to discuss for a long time because it really feels like the inspiration comes and it feels so right. And we're saying it's right for the disc that you're momentarily on, but you may not be on the disc where you really belong when you're momentarily on it, you see. And there are a whole lot of people that are on discs of insecurity. There are a whole lot of people that are on discs of neediness or wantingness, you see.
one of the attributes, though, was that I wanted to find somebody that embodied law of attraction modalities, the positivity and the stuff. And I wanted, to create that support on an intimate level, whether it be for partnership or friendship. And this person kind of put themselves out there as if they were that, and it was extremely attractive. And, it was part of the reason why
we liked the first part of your statement. Can you make it again? I wanted someone who would. Say that again.
Embody the principles of law
of attraction. The principles of law of attraction. And law of attraction is about choosing the disc. And so what you wanted is what you got. I want to know what disc I'm on. I want to know what disc I'm on. So everything that comes represents that disc.
But it was such a rapid elevation to such a high that there was all this motivation to ride the wave into shore on that surfboard.
But do you see
and
that
the
conversation that you're offering here, we're just going to give you a really short version of what you're actually saying to the universe with a conversation like this. You're saying it could be 2 or 3 different things, and we're going to speak them all, and then we'll tell you the thing that it is most emphatic. But what you're saying to the universe is, I'm not good at discerning the path of least resistance. The laws of the universe are understood by me to some extent, but I haven't practiced them enough to really feel expert at applying them. And so this has all been part of the process of that. We would like to say to you that this experience has caused you to focus into your vortex a desire relative to a relationship in a much more powerful way than you've ever done before, which will make it not ever possible again for you to not feel the vibrational disparity. In other words, you've been sensitized to a whole new frequency. So that could not ever happen to you again. And therefore, the relationship was meaningful on all levels because it helped in the clarification of what you want. It helped in the clarification of what you don't want. But most of all, it helped in your now ability to discern the vibrational frequency between one disc and another. And sometimes we're really fine-tuning here, but that's who you are, and that was what you were born to be. So if you can just accept what we're saying to you, stay off the subject for a while, because your desire won't dissipate. Your desire, that's the nice thing about this vortex and all this non-physical energy that helps to sustain it. Once you establish a desire, the momentum of that never peters out. It always maintains its highest frequency and its higher momentum in readiness for your resonance with it. And a lot of times people find resonance without deliberately finding it. And that's sort of what's confusing you. You sort of stumbled into some of it, but because you weren't able to maintain it, and because it really didn't represent what you're really looking for.
You said once that 2 people could come together to establish a vibrational frequency that was so much bigger than either of them by themselves that they would blow themselves out. And I wondered if that was part of it.
Yeah,
because there's so much love that sits here.
You're going to meet them up there, and the love isn't dissipating, but you're going to meet them up here. One day, we'll tell you this story, and then we'll bring this to a closing. A woman said to us, "I want my son to find a mate, and I want him to find her now." And we said, "We don't." And she said, it was before we were talking about vortex, it was before we were talking about grids, it was before we were explaining it with the clarity that you've heard it here today. We said, "We don't." And she was appalled. "Why will you not help me help my son get this thing he wants so much?" And we said, "Because if she comes today, she'll be just like him. She'll be unemployed too, completely disorganized in her experience. They'll come together, it will feel good for a little bit because they'll be validating each other's dysfunction, and then they will sort of self-destruct." And she said, "That's what's been happening." And we said, "We want him to find the frequency that is who he is before he finds that he's looking for that means so much." So we just want to say, you can't have lived as you've lived and asked as you've asked without putting all of these wonderful things in the vortex, and it's vivid and it's real, and it's not just possible and it's not just probable, it's certain. You just got to get off the subject for a little while and pick anything that you can that gets you flying high, and the relationship that meets who you really are will come to you with such swiftness. And when it does, the sweetness of it will be so magnificent, you will know. And in retrospect, you will say, now I get it. We want you to get it vibrationally out ahead of that manifestation.
Understood.
Yeah, really good. Have fun with it. Good time for a segment of refreshment.